Something else we want to touch on. I mean, a lot of people know, or maybe they don't. You were in the band Unbroken Wings.
Yep.
So you're definitely in the music side of things. You ever give any thought of launching your own label or sponsoring bands or anything like that?
Yeah, I have thought about. Hold on a second. I have thought about a few different things. I mean, every day I'm coming up with new ideas to reinvent my brand. And one of the things that I believe is the most important when you're starting a business or maintaining a business is coming up with ways to reinvent yourself. I do a little bit of everything with my brand. When I first started, I was, doing design work, shipping, customer service, going to the post office, doing a little bit of everything. And as my brand grew, I found myself stressed out and stuck in my parents' house and not being able to grow with my brand. So started collaborating with different people and hiring people to help me ship out shirts and do customer service. But the main thing that I kept making sure that I focused on was reinventing the brand. And I sort of look at Walt Disney in a way. He doesn't do everything, but he's always coming up with ideas to make people feel like a kid again and to just to reinvent, Disney. So I'm always coming up with ideas. I have thought about a label at one point and sponsoring bands, and I don't know. I decided that it's not the best idea. I'm not, everybody has their own thing, and I'm not, I'm doing my own thing, so to each their own, but something about going onto a clothing line's website and just, nothing about the brand, and they're just like pouring out all these bands. When I see that, I'm like, even some of my friends' bands that wear my shirts, I don't even want to talk about it too much because I don't want to feel like a scumbag. That's like, and I know that's the whole nature of sponsoring bands. And some bands want shirts, and it works out for both parties. But I don't know. I don't want to be one of those brands. And again, I'm not talking down anyone. It's just not for me. And it's just something that I'm going out there.
You kind of touched on this a little bit too, the idea of always reinventing, coming out with new products. I mean, is it tough? I mean, you've been around almost a decade now to come out with new ideas. I mean, you've done the cut and sew thing. How's that been received?
I mean, I'm always, like I said, I'm always trying to promote different things, and it's been great. It's doing all these different projects have been really fun. I think some of my favorite things to do is to just have an idea and see it come to life, and to be happy working for yourself. And that's where I think success comes from. Like I said, even when I was living with my parents and eating fast food all the time, saving money, I felt like my brand was successful because I was doing something that I loved. And then as that grew, I was coming up with ways to reinvent Johnny Cupcakes and some different things that I've done. Like the cut and sew has been great. I've definitely last year I kind of lost touch on the t-shirts a little bit. I think a lot of brands get lost in this cut and sew world. And I know exactly what everyone's going through, because when you have your own company, you want to challenge yourself, and you're getting older, you want to grow with your customers and all that stuff, but a lot of people do it too quick and they don't think about it. There's a lot of things that come into effect. Online, there's no digital dressing rooms. When it's t-shirts, people know what size they wear, but when it comes to pants and jackets and all these different items, your sales might not be as good as if they were with t-shirts, because there's a lot more at risk for people to take.
Absolutely.
And I didn't think of those things, and everything was still, it has still been great, and I have had my own stores, so that's been good too. But I always want t-shirts to be the main thing. We will still always do cut and sew, but some other things I'm going to be working on are doing a lot of events, community-like events, to bring my customers out and whether it's movie nights or whether it's having food fights with cupcake cannons. Another thing I'm doing is I'm going to be organizing a couple different food fights in school cafeterias. And the last few people standing with the cleanest shirts, they're going to win a chunk of money and some other prizes.
That's awesome.
T-shirts coming out where you could win prizes to go to the Caribbean or Walt Disneyland or Disneyland, to go to different restaurants, just baseball games. It's going to be
your ideas are just insane. It's to me, it's like a kid in a candy store. Your ideas are just stuff that you dream about being.
I feel like I'm standing next to Willy Wonka. You know what I mean? Where's the glass elevator at?
A lot of people ask me who I compare my brand to, and I don't. I love to think of other people, and I'm not saying, I'm so original, I can't compare it to anyone. I love to know who to compare it to, so I know what mistakes to not make.
Sure.
But all I can think of is Willy Wonka. And the thing that I always want to do is just build positive memories for people. Weird memories. I just want people to be like, what the hell is this kid doing now? Johnny Cupcakes, I don't get it. Why would you buy a stupid shirt with a cupcake on it? And that's fine if people say that. More limited edition shirts for my customers, and the upset people who don't like my brand are the ones who talk about it the most, and I don't have to pay for advertising because these people are doing it for me. Same thing with the people who hate the fact that I don't sell real food, that get tricked into going into the shops. Anytime they see a bakery or a refrigerator or a cupcake, they talk about Johnny Cupcakes, and the word spreads. And I never want to advertise. Maybe once in a blue moon I'll do something, kind of strange with advertising, but for the most part I want to keep it word of mouth. And I never want to sell to any stores. It's killed me to turn down some of my favorite shops. And but I've got all these customers, hundreds of customers with my logo tattooed on them, and I couldn't sleep at night knowing that they'd be disappointed. So. I just want to have fun and involve my customers and employees. And
I really love your marketing. When my latest package from you came, the cupcake chronicle.
Yeah, this is another project that I.
This is just so inviting. It shows you how to it shows you ways of recycling. Right there. I mean this.
It's next level.
It's so inviting. You can't not like this brand.
There's something when you have something physical in your hands. No more that's what she said jokes. But when you have something physical in your hands, rather than reading something on the internet, there's something magical about it. And I wanted to come out with my own sort of magazine, zine, newspaper type deal. So we came out with these, all recycled paper. Letter from the editor. Tells the story about the brand, so all the upset people that leave my shop,
which are referenced in there, which
exactly,
I love.
They have something to take back and explain, and it's just got a bunch of games and puzzles, and it's kind of like Highlights magazine for adults, but without the germs from the doctor's office waiting.
Amazing.
Awesome.